Okay, so admittedly, I've been away for some time and I wasn't getting any chance to make any videos. I'm a bit rusty, so just bear with me, please. Hi. In the spirit of the new movie coming out, that I'll definitely not be checking out, because they've been butchering nostalgia stuff for like the last how many years? Today we'll be checking out the OG Beetlejuice. I have seen it before, but that was years and years and years ago. So I thought it would be cool to revisit the movie and see what was so classic about it. As always, I'll be sharing my thoughts as the movie progresses. So get comfy, grab some shrimp cocktail before it grabs you. Avoid saying Beetle, guys. Subscribe. And let's do this. Wow, look at young Alec Baldwin. Did it just get hot in here?
Happy vacation, honey?
Manchurian tongue oil.
Wait, what? What's Manchurian tongue oil? Happy vacation, honey. What's wrong? Oh, nothing. I thought you were gonna get me glow-in-the-dark mustache wax. Anyways, they're having a vacation at home. A staycation, if you will.
Oh, Jane.
Yeah, Jane, why are you interrupting? Jane came to their house at 6:45 a.m. to tell them someone wants to buy their house that they aren't even selling. Ugh, Jane.
This house is too big for you. It really ought to be for a couple with a family, you know?
Ooh, kick her, please. Jane is hella persistent though. And annoying. Anyways, this is Adam and Barbara, and they have 2 weeks to stay in and do absolutely nothing. The perfect vacation, to be honest. They haven't been very successful in the baby department though. Hence, they need to kick Jane in the face. They almost crashed into a cute doggo and thankfully avoided him in exchange for their car. Does that not concern you? At all? So wait, they're confused about how they got back to the house. And I'm also confused about it now. Joseph decides to retrace their steps back at the bridge but ends up in a desert looking place. Barbara saves him and says he's been gone for 2 hours. Then proceeds to show him they have no reflection. I would say get out the house, but you trapped. Dear God, I die. Oh my God, they're dead. Wait, they died in the car crash? Oh my God.
Are we halfway to heaven? Are we halfway to hell? And
Purgatory. Anyways, this guy's going through his newspapers and we see our beloved couple is in it. So they're really dead. Frick. And Jane sold the freaking house. She put the dog in the road, I'm calling it. And in walks Kevin's mom. From Home Alone.
Kevin!
And the pervy principal from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. What?
And look at that kitchen. Finally going to be able to cook a decent meal.
Oh, maybe don't talk, my guy. And look at that kitchen. Maybe you'll finally cook a decent meal. No, wait. I meant to say your cooking is... This makes a whole lot of sense now why I've had a thing for goth girls growing up. And this guy named Otho is there or something. Maury? Maury? Anyways, Barbara tries scaring them, but they legit can't see her. So that was a complete waste.
If you don't let me gut out this house and make it my own, I will go insane and I will take you with me!
So I think she doesn't want to be there. Barbara gets salty because she can't be a proper ghost and tries to leave again, but ends up in the sand dune place and gets chased back by the sandworm. What did we learn?
We're trapped in this house with people.
Aren't you supposed to be the ghosts? Anyways, they stumble upon a small paper in their faulty death guide book thing, and it's an ad for Beetlejuice to ward off humans. But there's no number, contact info, Twitter, so maybe try a Ouija board or something. The family is moving in mom's art, meanwhile goth body is taking photos and sees our undead couple. So she gets a skeleton key from Jade and heads to the attic. They try to stop her from getting in and the TV turns on with Beetlejuice advertising himself.
Draw a door. I don't know why we keep looking in that stupid book.
Agreed. Oh, turns out it actually did something. Is that Beetlejuice? Anyway, she tries to tell Dad, but he shoos her. Shoot.
Maybe you can relax in a haunted house, but I can't.
But wait, aren't you supposed to be a goth? That's right up your alley, my G. I can smell the comments. Wait, I want to change my... Isn't that Tiny Head from Pee-wee's Big Adventure? Anyways, they finally get some help from the information desk, but she tells them basically nothing. Oh no, the attic isn't guarded anymore, so Barty gets in and rudely reads their terrible undead book.
Hey, baby.
I was actually wondering how they managed to look remotely normal being undead, and everyone else is so strange looking. But this emo body actually clarified it for me. How they die is how they appear undead. So, tough luck for this guy. They're finally called and see a room full of exorcised souls, which is dead for the undead. But aren't you already dead? So does that mean you just won't exist anymore? They get into their waiting room, end up in a version of their house, and meet with their advisor, Juno. Turns out they've been in the waiting room for 3 months.
Are you available?
No.
Wow. That's the same response I get from every girl.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Anyways, she tells them they need to study the manual and kick them out themselves. So we're back to square one. Barbara asks about the guy on the flyer, but Juno warns them not to say his name. He was basically Juno's assistant, but he went off and did his own thing. Just causing more trouble than good, it seems, so now he chose his new victims.
The only way he can be brought back is by calling his name 3 times.
That info is for those of you beautiful people that don't know asterisk wink wink asterisk. She's the best effing character in this movie. Also, seeing as we're not allowed to say his name, I'll be getting a bit creative with it.
Meanwhile, Beetle Guy is just chilling in their model cemetery and eats a whole fly. So they try again, only to fail. Again. And again. Barty just thinks it's her parents doing the dirty and snaps photos of them. That's an odd thing to do, but okay. She realizes there's no feet in her photos and just starts talking to them.
Live people ignore the strange and unusual. I myself am strange and unusual.
That's so weird and sexy at the same time. I'm cooked. Anyways, they get acquainted and she tells them to find another shtick because the sheets ain't cutting it.
It's him, Beetlejuice.
No, don't say it.
Beetlejuice.
Oh my god.
Beetlejuice!
Oh my god. They get someone into the model at the cemetery and start digging.
Now he's free.
I'm free. What I mean is, can you be scary?
What do you think of this?
I think he can be. They finally realize it was an absolute mistake and they are absolute dum-dums and they want to leave, but he's begging them to stay and give him a chance. He's being extra. So they just head out. The family is having a lovely dinner with friends over and the talk of the supernatural come up. But mom isn't too happy about it and wants to change the subject. But thankfully, now we get the scene that's been living rent-free in my head. Which I also happen to confuse with the movie Clue, so don't attack me please. Our couple pats themselves on the back for successfully haunting them and is awaiting to hear fleeing and see screaming. What? But Barty knocks on the door and says the folks want to meet with them. Turns out they enjoyed themselves to the max. Rich people weirdness. Like all rich people, they see how they can somehow monetize this whole thing. Not even ghosts are safe from the greed of people. And surprise, surprise, they don't want to come down. So their friends decide to leave.
You are a flake. You have always been a flake. If you insist on frightening people, do it with your sculpture.
Damn, I don't like them, but I can't believe he would say that to her face. Frick. R.I.P. my G. So the gang heads to the attic to talk to them, but they're not there. Shouldn't there be some sort of rule if the living gets their hands on this book? They are terrible ghosts. He stole their book! Oh my god. Beetle Soda mocks them and decides to take things into his own hands. He's free. But he goes a bit overboard, so they have to send him back by saying his name 3 times again. He argues with them for interrupting him and is thirsting after the daughter.
I'm feeling a little, anxious, if you know what I mean.
A lot. So he manifests a strip club to ease his newly found tensions. Junie summons them and scolds them for not doing their jobs properly, letting Aunt Juice out and allowing a living person to steal the book. To be fair, they've already proven that they are terrible at being ghosts. And everything for that matter, so it's your fault for leaving them unsupervised.
I know just as much about the supernatural as I do about interior design.
Which is what? Not much? Meanwhile, Buddy is writing a side sewer note because she got PTSD from ant water. But if that's the afterlife and he's thirsty as hell for you, wouldn't that just give him free reign and make it easier? Anyways, they come up with a new means of scaring them, and Juno sends them on their way. Again, Buddy comes to talk to our couple, but Wormrum tells her they left, and tries to convince her to let him out. But he can't tell her his name for some reason. So he plays some charades till she gets it right. But she quickly realizes he was a snake from earlier, so I'm sure she does the right thing and just leaves. Barbara shows up and talks to Buddy, telling her they decided to stop hunting them because they want them to stay. The family just shows up and steals Adam's model. Feels kind of weird saying my own name, to be honest. Dad is giving a presentation to his boss to turn the whole town into an amusement park, and Otho is going to use the book to summon them. Honestly, I completely forgot he stole that book. They successfully summon Barbara, but she's aging rapidly, or just getting pruny from all that water they died in. Then comes Adam.
Chill time coming.
And Barbara is getting overly pruny. They're getting exercised. Oh no! And Otho does not know how to reverse it. That means they need Beetle Boy. She heads over to him and he says he wants to stay out for good, which means they need to get married for some reason. And she actually agrees. Oh my.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Here we go. At least he helps them go back to being dead, but not before getting rid of the boss and his wife, and stripping Otto of his black suit. You monster! How dare you change the color of a man's black clothes? And now it's wedding time! Isn't a red dress for a wedding like blasphemy or something? So now it's a battle of saying his name before the wedding priest guy can marry them. Adam gets banished to the model town, Barbara is sent to the sand dune area, nobody gets sent to the shadow realm, like come on! But before he can put the ring on her finger, Barbara shows up with the worm and sends him to the Shadow Realm. Okay. So the day is saved. Yes! Adam and Barbara live happily with the family and Buddy gets an A, so she asks if they can possess her so she can sing a song.
Jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you.
And that's the movie. Okay, I'll be honest, I didn't have much expectation for this movie, but it was actually a pretty pleasant watch. The set designs were really good and it felt immersive and believable. Honestly, it looks like it was a ton of fun shooting this movie. The story was simple, but the characters were really likable. Well, more Adam, Barbara, and Buddy. It was nice to see that Buddy ended up having a family she actually liked in the end, seeing as she didn't really like the ones she was living with, especially with ones who originally couldn't have a child, so it's nice that everybody kind of just found their place and their family. I was actually expecting Beetlejuice to have more screen time though, but he stole all the scenes he was in, so that's actually a big win. So maybe I will check out the new movie. Okay, scratch that. Anyways, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. Peace!